Okay, here is a little project I've been given by a work colleague, and it's basically a sewing machine controller. Now, apparently it's dead, and it's got an amazing amount of technology in it, considering all it does is it control a sewing machine. Industrial sewing machine, not a standard one obviously. And look at the electronics in this thing, it's just full of it. Full of dust as well, but so I've actually got to get this thing apart. I've got to make a note of where all the cables go and that kind of thing, and then get it apart and check out the power supply, because I suspect the issues to do with the power supply. But I mean, it's got the connection on here. It's got this, I don't know what that is, probably an output drive or something in there. But I suspect it's going to be a power supply problem. I'm going to open up and see if there's any issues with caps and stuff. But I do actually have manuals for this thing, which are disassembly menus. I don't think there's got a I don't think there was a circuit diagram in it, but yeah, so it's quite a bit to get this thing apart, so I've got to try and get this top cover off and stuff like that, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see if I can get this front panel off for a start. So that goes into marked power, this one here. Also I need this one analysis, I don't think it'll fit anywhere else anyway. This one here is marked Sol Y, I think. Again, that only go in one place anyway. And then we've got this one here, which is JS, what was it, PVR or something. So it's a little bit dirty in here. Not too bad, a little bit of dust really. But there's nothing visible on that board as being an issue. There's no obvious faults. Right, so I can put this to one side. I think it's unlikely to be that. Okay, now up here. So I've already loosened this top cover off, but I say you've got to take all these other connections off. So I've got this connection here, which goes to J24. It's fun to doing videos, I suppose, that you can pull something apart and look at it again later on if you can't remember where it goes. Right, take the earth off. That's nice and tight. That's good. And I'll just drop this star washer into the bloody thing somewhere. I'll have to put it back on again after. Let's find that washer. Hopefully find a washer. Really got to find that washer now. Now I've dropped it into it. There it is. Right. Still dust coming out. So I'll put this back in place so I don't lose it or forget it. Now, I've got no idea what I'm doing with this thing. This is a this isn't the sort of thing I normally work on, so it's very different. So I've just got to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, so pull this over. Okay, so the wire's long enough to better move things around. So there's the power supply. Two fuses which I can see which are intact. Let's see about flipping this over, I think. I was hoping it'd be something simple like a blown fuse, but no, it's not going to be that easy, is it? Let's see about how I'm going to get this apart. So that's there. Okay, that one goes to that one. Then we've got this 4 terminal one goes to the main board here. There's also the main transformer coming in there. Then we've got these other ones here, which has an inline fuse. And interestingly, nothing on the other end. That's strange. See, that used to be used for something. Or as an option. Well, I can probably just leave it in there and disconnect this one. Okay, so that's that assembly removed. And who knows what's in there. I'll have to get back to that one. There we go, power supply. Caps. No bulging I can feel. And nothing obvious. The capacity looks okay. Right. I was hoping for something obvious to see here, but there's nothing. This appears to be a fuse holder, I think. No? They can't be a fuse holder, it's way too shallow. Don't know what it does. Very interesting. What the hell is that? That's odd. Well, yeah, there's not really much to see in this bit. I would have thought it would be something to see, but no, that capacitor here looks okay. Yeah, fuses look okay. Let's just do a test on them just to be sure that it's not just blown at the very end, because that can happen. Yeah, both fine. Okay. Well, I can't see anything obvious on this board, which is... I don't really want to take it out unless I can see a reason to take it out, because it looks like it's a little bit involved. Not too bad, but a little bit. I have to take that off, which is probably the diode bridge. Yeah, I may have to, just to make sure that all the terminals on the back are okay. How are these other connections going? That's through there. That's all these plugs I have to take off as well, probably. I might be able to swing it over. This intrigues me a little bit, so yeah, I might leave that bit for now. Let's have a good look at this. Capacitor there looks okay. No obvious faults. I can't see anything actually physically wrong with it. Let's look at this other board. Let's look at this thing here. Right. Obviously, big ass transformer in there. There's a fuse holder, so let's just actually check this, shall we? Not the right screwdriver, but yeah, it works. I think it's there. Very thin if it is. Yep, it's there. So, okay, that fuse there is intact. Right, I think I might have to lift this board out and have a look. Doesn't look like it's too much holding it in. Probably get proven wrong. Would be nice to actually find something. I might have to give it back and say, nah, sorry. I'm not going to get too stuck into this. I just really don't have time to get too stuck into this. I have way too much on my plate right now. I've got projects backed right up. I've got boxes of projects which I need to get onto. So yeah, I'll have a quick look, because if I can see something obvious, then great, I'll fix it. But I'm not going to sit here analysing how it all works and stuff like that. If it's one of my own things, then yeah, I'll probably do it. But this is a freebie for someone, so it's like, yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about getting too stuck into it. How many screws are on this thing holding us in? Leave it down. Yes, right now. It's moving, but it's not great. That's really tight onto there, so I'll flip that over. Okay. Got to kind of flip it like this. Oh, I just heard something drop. What was that? Hey, look at that. Look what I just found. Floating around inside here is a sewing machine needle inside it. Who knows what that's done? Oh dear. Oh dear. That could have shorted out absolutely anything if that's been floating around inside this board. Wow. That's concerning. Absolutely anything could be blown. Well, there's these plug-in cards, which are nice, I suppose. It's a very flimsy board. That capacitor is slightly bulged. That one's starting to go. Others look okay. Actually, that one is slightly bulged too. So those two capacitors there are slightly bulged. Whether that's related to the issue, I don't know. I might just try to replace them and give it back. So here you go, I tried replacing it. One there which looks okay. But finding a pin floating around inside it, oh man, that's not good. Now maybe a close look at this, see if I can see any burnt tracks or damaged tracks, but there's nothing I can see. Physically the board looks okay, but so there's two capacitors there which don't look good. So that board there, just the connector board, that's okay. Yes, I suppose I could do some basic checks on these things, see if things look like they're blown. The diode bridge is there, so let's have a little look around to see what I can find, eh? The diode bridge looks fine. So we got 6 devices along that heatsink. This looks like a diode. Yep, sure enough, diode. It's okay, it's charging capacitor up. There's another diode here. Looks at it. Yep, looks okay. Looks okay. Let's charge up capacitor. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. So those devices look alright. So and that's the main active parts. So I suspect that's probably okay. Let's look at these cards. Let's look at awkward everything flopping around. That's a short. I do like that. That one is. That one's not. Oh, yes it is. That's interesting. Why are they all showing a short? It's not showing short now, it's not plugged in. So, why is that? Is there one on the device which is shorted? Maybe there's an inductor on the output or something, who knows. That goes in there. Just going to test the same pins on each one. This might be one bad device, which could take down a whole lot if they're in parallel. That wasn't in properly. That one's shorted. Okay, that one's blown. Whatever that is gone. It's still showing short though. Let's just put these back in again. I'll take these back out, sorry. And check the board. Now, which pins are they using? So go between 1 and 3 should do it. There might be another issue. Okay. Interesting. So let's just check these again. That's definitely okay. Put it back in. All I'm really checking for here is shorter components. So that's the main thing I'm looking for right now. Oh, it's not giving a short now. Maybe it's holding it wrong or something. Interesting. Okay, so that one isn't blown. But it's showing short when it's plugged into the board. So what's going on the board, I wonder? Let's come down to various devices here. It's like a bus rail which comes this way and goes to everything, and these go to what? Those feel like jumpers. I wonder if I put jumpers there. Yes. I wonder if they put jumpers there and I can just go around. That's weird. Then we've got that rack there, which is ribbon cables to this part here. So maybe there's an issue on this board. Sketch between these terminals in case there's a short. Okay. Nothing obvious on here. It does look like it's been resoldered though, it's got some flux residue on it. And let's check these two. They look alright. It's interesting it's showing a short on the output, which is somewhat odd. There's nothing plugged into those connectors. I don't actually see how that's going to be shorted across between here to here. Short on the board. Feels okay, can't find any obvious signs. Very interesting. Well, could be nothing. I suspect I'm worrying about that too much. So there's two bulge capacitors there. There's bulge very slightly. They're starting to go. I'm hesitant to replace them unless I know that. Oh, it's power supply section, isn't it? So maybe I will. I will replace them if I've got them. What are they? 1200 UF, 16 volt. The middle one's, yeah, it looks okay. 1200 UF. 16 volt. I've got 1000 UF, 50 volt. That'll have to do. They're slightly lower, but that's all I've got, and it's going to be better than bad capacitor, isn't it? Let's get the soldering station fired up. But yeah, who knows what this has been touching on. Oh, that's bad. It could have blown absolutely anything up. Not even on this board, it could have been shorted something else out. So the main active devices look okay. So that's the first thing. In fact, there's one missing here. I don't know what the reason is for that, but they're all in parallel, apart from these. That one's in parallel with these. With that one at least. And that one. Yeah, so there was one module missing, but I'm not sure about the significance of that. It may or may not be a problem. Let's try and get this thing to stand up, it'd be nice. I think that's going to happen. Alright. So yeah, the main thing I did was 3 caps, I'm not going to do anything else. Bloody slicking down, of course, it's going to make it a bit harder to get out, but that's alright. Oh no, it's coming off. Right, and I'm tangled up on the camera. Really got to sort this wiring out a bit better. Come on, go back. Oh my god, this is driving me nuts. Okay. Sorry, I'm fired up too. Come on, let you come. There you go. Okay, so that is definitely double checking. 200 V, 16 volt. Alright. Let's pop these ones in and we'll see if it helps anything or not. It's pretty dusty in here. These have been leaking actually. Yeah, they've been leaking at the bottom. I'll have to get that clean. Spreads and damages something else. It's not easy stuff to get off when it comes out. Right, let's put these in. Really hope it's worth a couple of dollars it's cost me to fix this. Dear, we'll see. And that's the only thing I've actually seen which is bad. Apart from that needle floating around. Who knows, maybe it's shorting something out, stopping it from powering up. think the acid started getting to this track. My cutter's gone. That's odd. My cutters have disappeared. I don't see my cutters. Okay. That's interesting. I used them yesterday. Strange. I wonder if someone's come and helped themselves to my stuff. Down children's rooms, I think. Oh no, here they are. They're hiding over here. I'll take it back, children. This time it wasn't them. Okay. Now. Right, well, it looks like someone else. I mean, there is some flux residue around the place, but someone else has been working on this. This capacitor here has been replaced in the past. Nippon Chemical, so yeah. Yeah, so. Right, well, we'll see if that's all it takes. We can hope. I will be surprised, but we can hope. Let's get the thing back together. I can't actually test this thing either, so that's also a bit of a concern. Trying to line these cards back up into these slots. Get in. So it's rolled off and hit me on the leg and it's disappeared onto my floor. Probably a screw. I'll have to find it in a minute. Just dropped onto the abyss. Yeah, hell. I'll find it in a minute if I'm going short. Yeah, that's the only problem I've seen so far, is just that one issue, and the fact that needle's floating around inside, that's probably all it was. But hopefully it hasn't blown anything anywhere else. So I'm going to sit down okay. Just make sure this is sitting okay. It's getting trapped. Looks okay. Right. But one missing card, I don't think that's an issue because it seems to be powered all up with other cards, so it's like it's just a current system. It's got mobs across there. No mobs across that one, which is interesting. I don't appear to be missing a screw. Oh, sorry. Missing one screw over there, so yes, I've dropped one. Right. Here's a hole down there. Is that the right slot? I think so. Come on. Yeah, that's it. Where's the screw gone? Oh dear. There it is. So, well, I found one thing. Well, I found two faults and one cause of a possible fault. So, yeah, I'm fairly confident that's part of the problem. But whether that's all that's wrong with it, I don't know. Okay. And there's that little door there which gives you the access to the cards. I thought was quite neat. Okay. That's that part done. Well, I'm still debating this board here, whether I need to do anything with it. There's nothing blown that I can see. Can I test anything without taking the board out? There's another fuse there, I haven't seen that one before. Let's check that one. Just in here, there's another fuse. Which is open. That fuse is open. Okay, well that board is coming out then, isn't it? Let's see my jumper off's getting hot. Alright. Damn it. Okay, there's another fuse there too. Well, I'm not being very observant today, am I? What's that one like? That one's okay. Any more? Oh, so I've got one blown fuse there. So, oh, this ball's got to come out then. This is going to be fun. Don't know what to tell the stories with that. That's very odd. Just stuck. Not anymore. No, good enough. Leave it on there. Okay, that moves around, that's alright. Out, I'm going to have to... Yeah, it's pull wires. So, blue, orange, red, white. Right. What is that fuse powering? That's a good question. Goes out to the main connector. Right, so hopefully what's happened is that needle shorted something out and blown that fuse, and that has protected it. That's a big relay block there. There's a diode across there, so that's the coil. So that's switching. So it's switching that connector there through that fuse, resistor across it. Really? That seems awfully odd. Anyway, that big connector is down there to that. Is that more? Is it more diode bridges, or is it a connector block? I can't see what that is down here. Some kind of assembly. Can't see what it is. Can't identify it. So there's nothing there saying what that fuse should be. I'm going to have to take the fuse out to find out. So we'll do that. And I don't have any PCB mount fuses, so I'm going to have to probably hash something up. Yes, well, you can see it's got a big explosion through it. What does it say? 1.6 amp, 250 volt. Right, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to deal with this because I don't have any PCB mount fuses. I will need to think about that and come back. But well, while I'm thinking about it, I might as well do some testing on the discrete components on this. Well, check the devices out, see if there's any issues in case these devices are blown or something. That one's okay. That one's okay. This I'm not sure about. It's probably some external circuitry affecting the readings I'm getting. Most likely. It's not a short anyway, so one direction looks okay, the other direction looks a little bit odd. It's probably something else got across it. There was a resistor across those, so yeah, could be. These ones are measured okay. So that part up there, whatever that is. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's right. So as far as those go, it seems okay. I can't really see anything. I suppose I could check the resistances of these. 220 ohm, 220 ohm, 10 ohm. Here's they're quite major parts. Get 109 ohm, it's probably other circuitry. (109 ohm) again. And where's the other one? Yeah, strangely. That's in line with that fuse. 10 ohm, so okay, that's right. And I suppose I should just check that one there too. It's an interesting arrangement, it's got like 2 resistors on it. I'm seeing nothing on that one. Interesting, I'm not sure what the story is of that. SAR, maybe it's a protection device. Not familiar with that part, I don't know what that is, but it's got a glass tube on the side there. It's probably not a standard resistor, it's probably some special protection device, so it may be fine. What else can I check? Don't know. I think that's probably it. So I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with that fuse now and go from there. Well, amazingly I actually have a 1.6 amp 250 volt fuse, so I just don't have any wire leads on the end, so what I'm going to have to do is probably make up something, run some wires through the board, solder them in, then attach them to the end of the fuse, and hopefully it survives the process. We'll see how we go. Okay, 2 wires soldered onto the end of the fuse. Let's see if it still works. Yes, it does. Right. So far so good. We shall install this in the circuit and come back. Okay, I've got it in place. I'm just going to try and get this to sit so I can solder it back in. I can't put too much heat on this, otherwise it will desolder it from the end of the fuse again, so I've got to be a little bit careful how I do this. Got to do it on the circuit board mostly, and then try and get it onto the wire after. I can't put too much heat on. I don't want the thing falling back off. Okay. Too much solder on here. Right, that'll do. Good enough. Because I can't even test the thing, because I don't have the sewing machine, and I don't want the sewing machine because I think it weighs a ton apparently. So I'm just going to give it back to him and say, here you go. I suppose I could do some resistance measurements and stuff like that, see if there's any obvious shorts. Do that at least, couldn't I? Well, where from? That's the question. I don't know. Okay, plus minus between the orange and the blue. There we go. That's based off the output of the diode bridge. 10 ohms. Yeah. Yeah, a bit low, but okay. Might be right. I suppose I'll check the diode bridge when I've got the thing off. Actually, now I can see what the terminals are. Check this out. Yeah, it's alright. So, that's about all I can do, I think. Let's put this thing back together again and hope for the best, really. Right, so I'm putting it back together. I've got these cables back in here. These ones go onto the other little board which plugs onto the front. And I'll drop this back in. This little extra fuse thing here is interesting. I don't know what stories with that. Obviously some optional thing which has been removed or something, I don't know. Anyway. There's one little board I haven't looked at yet, and that's that one on the end. So I'm going to pull that apart next. So I think I can put these screws here back in again if I'm going to get them. So let's put these back in. Don't know flopping around anymore. Desk is filthy now. Problem with doing things like this is just get covered in crap. It gets everywhere. Anyway, it's what it is. It's an interesting little thing to pull apart anyway. Right, so let's look at this bit. What's the story here? I mean, this has really been fairly easy to work on. It's, you know, it's just a case of just planning ahead and thinking what's going on. So, no burnt traces, all looks okay there. Obviously it needs more cooling because it's got these resistors across here and it's a vented box, so obviously it needs to be on the outside for more airflow. Capacitors look okay, no signs of leaks, so I'm just going to put that back together. That looks fine, don't worry about that. High voltage, didn't remove the cover. Oops. Yeah, obviously, because it's not powered in right now. If it had power, then yeah, you certainly wouldn't do that. Anyway, okay. So, let's do this final board in the front. Now, just having a double check, just in case there's anything I've missed. In case there's a PCB fuse or something like that, there could well be. Give it a bit of a clean. get some of the dust out of it. Get better than that. Alright. Well. See a couple of capacitors, but not any fuses that stand out at least. Doesn't appear to be any. They aren't often that used, so we do come across from time to time PCB fuses, little surface mount ones. So. Right. Yeah, okay. So I just might do a couple of measurement tests on some of these capacitors just to make sure they're not shorted. Okay. It's a little bit awkward actually, just try and put it down here instead. Okay. 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 Looks promising. Never trust a tantalum. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'm fairly confident that board's alright. I can't see any reasons for anything to go wrong on that board. So I'm going to reattach this earth point on here and piece it back together again. That one goes in there. That one goes to the front panel. 4 connectors to the front panel. That's what I took off. Haven't missed anything. Trying to drop the star washer again. So unfortunately this is going to be a quite unclimatic tear down and repair because I don't actually know if I've fixed it. I have no way of testing it, so it's going to be a case of, well, does it work? Maybe. Get some dust out. Alright. Okay, let's put it back together. Then I will have to call it it. Can I give it back to him later on today and say, well, yeah, you might be lucky. No, I did find things wrong with it. We shall see how we go. Right, that sort of drops in. It's got a hole that side it locates into. I'm going to stand this up, might be easier. So there's a hole that side it drops into, and then there's a slot this side. Then you need to screw up on the front. And there we go. Back together. That's it. Right, I'm going to get the back to him. He's been waiting for this for weeks. So, alright, have a good one. Let me know what you think. If you've got any ideas, or if you're familiar with this particular kind of thing. Industrial sewing machine drive unit. That's what this is. So I don't know. It's it's interesting, you know. So give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all the usual stuff. So catch you later. Have a good one. So here are the manuals for this sewing machine. I'll be given these as well. I thought I'd just show you these. So this is what this sewing machine looks like, and there's the unit sitting down the bottom there. So yeah, industrial sewing machine. Internal test points and stuff. Very handy. So it covers a lot of information in here. Tells you how to configure it, looks like. So Dutch as well, other languages. So yeah, that's not bad little manual. A little bit of information still some information there. I suppose with industrial stuff you're going to get that on you rather than domestic. Pull apart menu, take apart thing. Yeah, I already figured that out. It's on the back. Yeah. Parts diagram. What's this bit here? Fitting the machine, how to use the machine part of it. Select the switches. Section 29, so must have it's out of something but come off. Looks like it's torn off. Select the switches. Interesting. Different configurations it looks like. Parts list again. Or more parts list. See the main machine. Installation stuff. So obviously yes, this used to be a manual of some kind and it's all just like come apart over the years, and you kind of expect that, don't you? I mean that's like the last page I think, and then this is all the other stuff that goes in the middle of it maybe. There's some binding there, so it's 5, page 5, 4, 5, 28, here we go, 28, 29, that's how it's supposed to be, is like that. Okay, so all good, it's all got to go back. So at least I've hopefully sorted this out for him, but so I won't know until he actually goes to power it up, try it. So, yeah.